Alright. Are we good? I think so. Well, hello everyone. It's your favorite programming error that just refused to be fixed, CodeErr. Back with the mod pack that we all know and love. Mine. The one that I make. By adding on to it every single time. Honestly, I thought today would be stream number 80, then I checked and realized we were only at 79, which I guess goes to show it's been way too long again. Not as long as it was until we got stream 69, but still I did take like a, 2-month break yet again. Not intentional by any means. It's just so much other stuff came up that I didn't really have a good opportunity to come back to this. But now we're back, and you're not only getting a stream today, but also tomorrow. So there you have it. And yesterday's stream was a little bit of a prelude to that, because yesterday we played Minecraft as well, just, you know, in a different way. We did co-op with someone in hardcore, in another mod pack that had like a total of 80 mods, I think. So that other mod pack that was specifically handcrafted to work well has just about as many mods as this one that we've slowly but surely building up gradually over time. Which, you know, I'm happy that we're making good progress, making this mod pack bigger and bigger. Now then, I am gonna go ahead and get some music started in the background. And also, hop back in. Now, last time, we were working on the Waifu Hotel, as we do. We do that a lot. And this time, honestly, I'm not entirely sure what the plan should be for the day. We might just keep working on the Waifu Hotel. It might just be a good thing to do that. Might not be the worst of ideas. Alright, we're back in. Initial lag spike. And it's done. Okay, we're good. Did we get anything good? No, we did not get anything good. Of course we didn't. Because why would we ever get anything good? I am still not sure how to feel about the fact that things can spawn in here now. Not the best. It's not the best. Oh, I thought the initial lag spike was already over. I guess there was a little bit more in there. Oh, we don't have a sign lying around. In that case, I'll just get one from the back. Right. I keep forgetting. Now I remember, I can't use an I when typing stuff out. Because of course I can't. Using I's is overrated anyway. There is no I in Minecraft. Actually, though, there is. See you in a bit, Spinny. Yep, we were at 79. Which is Young's better. Ocean monuments. There we go. Young's better ocean monuments. I did kind of lean heavily into the Young mods the past few streams, didn't I? But hey, it's just an all-around improvement that doesn't require a lot of extra performance, because it's just structure changes, you know? Right. How was our progress on the Waifu Hotel? Right, yeah, the entrance hall is starting to look a little bit better. Definitely. Again, this has that nice little marble look to it, which is exactly what I wanted. Also, Rob is here. Hello. I am imagining. Yeah, no, the hallways are starting to look nice. Ooh, but one thing I think I'll change. Because we already have, like, azalea leaves here. So let's not double down on that. Let's take these and put them in another corridor. like here. Alright, Rob, you raise a valid point. I do have to re-enable that. I did have to disable it for the previous stream after all, and I guess I never re-enabled it. So, give me a moment to navigate the settings and everything. This one and stream there. I go here. And then I am back in. Also, in case you forgot, we're playing a Swimsuit Monica right now, apparently. I guess that's where we left off last time. Not killing Monica yet, and I appreciate that. Rob, do you know what we tried to do last time around? Because I don't remember what we are doing other than Waifu Hotel stuff. You know what? Just because I don't want to get interrupted while building. Just because I don't want to get interrupted during the construction progress. Find grass that's not purple. Done. Found it. But yeah, that is also what we did last time. You are absolutely correct. For the plants. We needed it for our plants. The thing that I was just looking at. Right. These things. And we found that stuff, so I think it's back to building. Right, and more stuff to maybe liven up the main hall, because we have like these offshoot halls that will have like the plant pots and everything, which will make things nicer. And in the back I decided probably a little seating area and a painting. Now as for the straight hall... Tried lava? Yes, genius. But no, another thing we need to do is figure out the rooms themselves. What kind of floor should the rooms have? It needs to be another floor that works with this wall, but it shouldn't... I feel like this is more of a hallway kind of floor, not like a room kind of floor, you know? What could work? I mean, we could go basic and just use wood planks. Should we go basic? Do we have any planks that would be nice? Some rooms with nice Poke waifus? See, I like the way you think, but I'm not sure if that's exactly what we need. Cypress? Pine. We do have a big variety of planks to choose from, is the thing. Ooh. That could be an idea. How do I make vertical planks? Like that. Okay, I want to try something. I want to try something. Now this will either look nice or absolutely horrible, but either way I want to see it. Let me grab like a stack. Yeah, I know, right? It's genius, really. Just for testing purposes. How would that kind of plank floor look? Maybe. Hi Tormuse, what am I up to today? Currently figuring out what kind of floor I should use for the hotel rooms. One thought was like a pattern like this with planks and vertical planks. It does look like a decent floor, but I'm not entirely sold on it yet. I'm not entirely sold on the idea. Maybe I could try it with a different wood variety. Yes, that is the Monokini. You are right. Maybe mangrove? That looks a little bit lighter. I don't want something that's like too, you know, too out there. But I don't think I want to go generic oak, you know? I do think that maybe this, like, back and forth could work. And guess what? It hasn't even been that long, but the playlist already broke. I didn't think it would happen that quickly. That was way, 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 way too quick. Maybe cherry? Cherry. But I don't know about the... What's this about a hotel room? Right, because we are building a kind of hotel area. And I don't yet know how what material I want to use for the floor inside the rooms. I think this is a little bit too bright. How about mangrove? Let me see if those work. Oh, okay, mangrove can't be converted. I do think the pattern could work very well, though, which is why I'm using that right now. What about transwood? Does that work? Probably not, right? Nope. I guess only the vanilla blocks can have vertical variants, huh? No, apparently not only vanilla. Ancient planks can do that too.
Hey, I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together
on days like this. But Star. Yes, we know. Thank you for that, Rob. Really trying to think. Maybe there's something other than planks. Again, though, planks are like the go-to for a floor. Like, if I don't want it to be too... Like, if I want it to be versatile and work for many different varieties. You know what? Which ones worked again? Let me see. Bamboo, bamboo. Again, it needs to be generic looking. Which is why oak might possibly be the most straightforward option. Or spruce. I'm gonna go ahead and grab spruce and oak, take that up there and just see what works best with the color palette. I just have to compare it with the color palette present, you know? There we go. And now, again, you will see what I mean with the hotel room. Since you just came in, Tormuse, and were asking about it. Alright, lobby area. Probably still gonna be some stuff. Don't mind that. That's getting removed once I have finished building. But probably gonna have something right here behind the reception as well. And there is gonna be a doorway into like a restaurant area, but I'm still figuring that out. Alright. Okay, now let's take a look. We'll start with Spruce. Areas for air-based waifus. Genius, really. I mean, it definitely does work. Let's compare that with Oak. Very generic wood type, but it's generic for a reason. And I do want something generic that can work in basically any kind of room. Because the decoration within the rooms is going to be very, very different depending on the residence. Honestly, I think we're going Spruce. Because the walls are already so light, I feel like a darker floor color definitely, like, complements it a little bit more nicely. Now, I don't think I'm gonna go dark oak levels of dark, but Spruce, I think, works pretty well. Right? This for earth, water, and fire-based waifus. Oh, just you wait until they show up. But yeah, what do we think? Spruce? I think Spruce. Or should we try going Dark Oak for even more, you know, distinction between... No, we'll go Spruce. We'll go Spruce. I can't start second guessing myself here. Otherwise, this will take forever. I mean, don't get me wrong, this will already take forever. Where's your axe? Do I need one? I mean, I probably would do... No. The axe is my hand. I have stuff equipped that serves as an axe. I have +1 mining level on my hands already. So I don't really necessarily need the tools. Now here's the thing. I am actually gonna get rid of this again. Now you might be asking, wait, Code, what are you doing? I thought you agreed that Spruce was the way to go. It is. It is. We are going to be using Spruce. However, I'm a cheapskate. I like being as cheap as possible. So you probably already have an idea of what I'm about to do. Yup. Indeed. You know me. Wrong end of the hallway. Oh, don't tempt me, Rob. That doesn't work. Also, apparently I missed one plank somewhere. Shame. Shame. There it is. 2, actually. No, there must be one more. Where's the missing plank? There it is. You won't get away from me. Let's quickly go downstairs one more time. Put the cutter closer. I mean, I just tried it, and I learned the horrible truth that, please tell me I can do it like this. Oh, you gotta be kidding. First things first, I'm gonna need more... spruce. Give them to me as slabs while we're at it. There we go. No need to craft. Maybe I need to... You're a genius, you moron. But no, I don't think they exist. So that's frustrating. So that makes things a little bit more expensive by default. Because apparently I can't I can't make them at the architect's cutter either for some reason. Which is weird, because normally you can. Anything that you can't naturally turn into slabs, you can turn into slabs at the architect's cutter normally. I'm gonna try it one more time, just to see. Maybe I was wrong. Okay, I can put them in here. But I can't turn them into slabs! I can turn them into anything other than slabs. Are you kidding me? Okay, now they're just taunting me. Are you seeing this? Okay, not anything other, but I can turn them into walls or stairs. What the hell? But why not slabs? Why are they drawing the line at slabs? Yeah, no. They aren't a thing that one can make. Huh. Do you have logs that you can place blocks into? Long and it looks like a slab. Well, at that point it wouldn't be saving me resources anymore, so... forget about it. Alright, I just had to squeeze through the door, but you know the drill. We gotta be OSHA compliant, which means when we're doing construction work, we need to wear a helmet. It is mandatory that we wear a helmet for construction work. There we go. Look how far out I can go like this, by the way, because of how big I am. Cave spider waifu for the win. Oh, by the way, my indecision problems aren't yet entirely resolved, by the way.
Spine Noko Noko Noko. N. Ooch.
What?
Coco. Triple A. Maybe the. Sputter. Aha. Maybe. Monocools. Yuronk. Slavery. Boofksuki. Keo Imagine. A. O. I. Ewa. Ua. Ruua.
I see. Interesting stuff there. Also, I like how it says instead of Slaviori, it was slave. The pronunciation, interesting. But as I was about to say, we aren't quite yet done with our indecision issues, because I still have to decide on what to use for the ceiling of the rooms. And then once the ceilings are in place, then we have to deal with the individual interior design of the rooms. Because each room is obviously gonna have different interior, because it's gonna belong to a different waifu. Alright, just have to make my way in here. This one specifically will be weird, I realize. This room specifically will be weird. Because it's gonna have this little, well, not even little, half of the room is gonna be a hill. And I still have to figure out what to do with that. I have had one idea. You wanna hear my idea? I'm asking that as if you have an option. My idea is, one of the waifu characters that exists is Hatsune Miku. And I feel like Hatsune Miku would benefit from having basically a stage in her room. And the stage needs to be raised off the floor. So you will come in here and most of the room will be like a stage, and maybe like in the back of the stage there will be an indentation which will have the bed and everything. And then here will be like a seating area and stuff. So Miku's hotel room is basically gonna be a mini concert venue. I feel like that idea could work, and then we could make do with this giant thing here and not let this room go to waste. Thoughts on that idea? Because I don't think I can come up with anything better. Normal fire protection. It is weird, isn't it? It would be weird, a normal drowned having fire protection of all things. So yeah, because I don't yet know entirely how that's gonna be, I'm not gonna fill in those remaining holes there, because this is gonna be covered anyway in some way or another. So if we use this as the flooring for the stage, then we would have 2 blocks. I think I might raise the ceilings one. Nah, maybe not. Maybe half a block. Yeah, that could work. Like have like once again, like I have in the hallways, like have like the inverted stairs and then inverted slabs. So we have like still 2.5 blocks on the stage, which is better than nothing. Otherworldly beings from killing you. It is very interesting lore, isn't it? Very interesting lore. Okay, once again, gotta enter this room. And back to being OSHA compliant. You know what? Part of me also feels like being OSHA compliant during construction work should also just be, by default, a protection layer against the Omaewamo. But I don't wanna, you know, I don't wanna stretch my rules too much. Otherwise, I feel like you'd eventually be a little upset. It should protect from anvils. That would probably be good, but I am not sure how feasible setting that up would be. Like, immunity from anvils is something we have done, with the invincibility redeem, which is probably never gonna end up being used, really. But outside of that, I mean, I guess, but then I would have to have a toggle. I'd have to have a toggle to prevent anvils. I'll think about it. No promises, though. In all honesty, I think this floor design is simple, but it works. And it needs to be simple. Again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, the floor design needs to be simple. Because each room is going to be decorated so differently, presumably, because the waifus are going to be also very different. It would be weird if the floor was like something that would like just completely overshadow anything. Also, it looks so weird from below. Interesting. And it redeems 1 per minute and it's truly random. That is an interesting idea. I could possibly look into maybe making that happen, but I would have to move a whole bunch of stuff around. But if I can integrate all of the redeems that aren't yet part of my main software into the main software, then that would be good. Also, here's another thing that needs to be sorted out. Which reminds me, that wall is also in here, isn't it? Yeah. It could, however, work. Again, if I do, like, maybe some kind of curtain along the back wall, and then I'll have the stairs leading up onto the stage here. Possibly. Okay, next room. First, we get in. Then, we become OSHA compliant. Are there vertical carpets? I don't think there are, but I can do something similar to it. Because there's panels. I could use panels to cover up the wall. Panels of any material. Panels are like 2 pixels thick, so similar to carpet. I think carpets are actually only 1 pixel thick, but still. It's just for the rest of the stream. Wouldn't that be something? Also, another thing I just remembered. As fun as it's gonna be to just get good progress done on the Waifu Hotel today, we have to put some thought into what we want to achieve in terms of achievements as well. Because remember, I do like to complete at least 1 achievement per stream. That's, yeah, exactly. So we'll have to think about that. Let me finish the floor in this room, and then we'll have a look at the achievement menu again. I mean, there are definitely some easy achievements that we can do in a pinch. For example, getting a bottle of Dragon's Breath. That is actually going to be super easy. All I have to do for that is turn into the dragon, then use my Fire Breath, and then turn back and catch it in a bottle. It should be as simple as that. But because of how easy it is, I want to save it for when I really need it. Alright, let's see. Look at the Ender Dragon through a spyglass. That doesn't work unless we respawn it. Protect a villager from an undesired shock without starting a fire. It stings, but falls out of hand, it breaks. Throw a trident at something. One of every hostile monster. How many hostile... I mean, dumb question, there are 37, but which ones do I have and which ones am I missing? I really wish for these kinds of achievements there was like a checklist that you could like click on, like if you could click on the achievement and see a checklist of what you've done and what you're still missing. What is... Get your own player head from a named snow golem killed by a witch. That is so specific. Interesting, though. Use a token of undying to cheat death. That's an option. Summon an iron golem. That is also easy. Trade with a villager at the build height limit. That is interesting, actually. So realistically, what we would have to do is make a water elevator, push a villager into it, so he gets shot up all the way to the build limit, and then we can trade up there, huh? Getting hit from a witch sounds weird, especially during November. Crawl inside a hollow log. Okay, that I can do. Put a cloud in a bottle. Jump on a honey block to break your fall. Still missing 4 biomes in vanilla, apparently. Meadows come alive with the sound of... Do we specifically have to play it in a meadow? Because I've used a jukebox before. Walk on powder snow without sinking in. You wanted to see the Twilight achievements again, right? See if there's any missing over here. There are. Eat all the exclusive food. I'm missing 2 there. Still have never found a Twilight Rave. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it does. Die all 4 pieces of Arctic armor. And mystery. Okay, so one of the 2 things that I haven't eaten yet is this. So I have to eat this and then one other thing as well for achievements. Apply a rune to an enchanted item. Glorious Eminence. Oh, you have the cooking mod? I have a few mods. Over level an enchantment with ancient tomes. Ooh, I like that. Mine Deep Slate instantly. Using efficiency 6 and haste 2. Instant mining on Deep Slate? Hello, hello. Throw a boomerang. Somehow, Pickerang returned. Oh, sorry, throw a Pickerang. Somehow, Pickerang returned. I get the reference. An OP meal? Actually, these are the expensive ones. Maybe we can make another expensive thing. Okay, what do we need for dimensional weapons? Dimensional. Also, they need energy, so I can't use them yet because I don't think I have any mod that generates energy. I really don't think I have a single mod that generates FE. So making this stuff will be entirely useless. How do I make it, though? Yeah, right. No, we're not making one of those anytime soon. How are we making this? Not today. Ow. I will make it eventually, don't worry. Also, hi, welcome back, Spinne. How about a dimensional shifter? What do I need for that? Teleports you to and from your pocket from anywhere. So it's basically like my thingy, but easier. Okay, it needs... How do I make that? Like, that's... Wait. Oh, I already have that. Yeah, I just need to enhance it. Not remember? The current track is D2 Clinic from Tribe 9. Okay, upgrade a dimensional shifter. So what do I need? Enhanced dimensional ingot. I hate this. Which needs a block of dimensional gem times 4. You know what? We'll make that. We'll make that for today. We ball. Do we, though? Right, wow. I mean, it's manageable. We can get netherite from the thingy. The Transmutation Table. It's just gonna be expensive as shit. Throw it into the void. If I ever feel insanely frustrated, I will probably throw something expensive like that in the void. Peaker than Persona 5 Royal and 3 Reload by a lot? It's that good, huh? Well, that's saying a lot coming from you, the resident Persona fan who got me into the franchise. Just saying. Ouchie. At some point I will find an opportunity to say it's raid. It's raid code? What do you mean? When will you find the opportunity? When we raid or something? Definitely play 5 Strikers, Tactician, and 3 Real first, but yeah. So, like, in a decade. It's rain code. Ah. Now that makes more sense. Play faster. Hey, excuse me. You know how Last Defense Academy is taking some time. And Last Defense Academy is making things especially difficult for me recently, okay? I mean, it's November. The kind of stuff that the game is forcing me to experience in the middle of November is just insane. Spinne, you weren't there, so you wouldn't know, but I'm telling you. I'm telling you, Last Defense Academy is really pushing me to my limits at this point. I have discovered possibly what I imagine to be the the lewdest route possible. Say names? I can say all the names. Yeah, true, the oil massage happened. But that wasn't even the highlight. There was the washing each other moment, or rather just me being washed moment. Fully nude. It's a good thing the character in question censored herself by holding her sword in front of her boobs. And just like that, you already know who I mean. So yeah, no nipple reveal. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Spinne. But basically everything else. What a time to experience that route. 134, I was surprised when I saw it was official. Again, I'll probably discover way more as the current route that I'm on proceeds. Because it's been progressively escalating more and more the further we got. Okay. Hotel's coming along. Again, I still have to get more plants in the hallway. I currently only have like 2. Actually 3. I have 1 more over here. Yeah, I only have 3 plants in the hallway thus far. Need to fill up those planters with some nice variety. Ouch. To music, aka music from the game that I will be playing tomorrow with Neon and Gabe. I see. Hope the new DLC is fun. Hope the new DLC will be a lot of fun. I really hope so. You need to enjoy yourself. Stream tomorrow, 18th of November at like 20. Yes, okay, got it. Alright, Spinner, you weren't there when we chose the floor. Not like I'm undoing it now, considering how far I've gotten, but, thoughts on the choice? I think Spruce is simplistic enough that basically it can work with whatever we put in the room. It should work with anything, and because it's slightly darker, it contrasts a little bit with the more bright wall color. Undo it now. Yes, we do have vertical planks. Sadly, they can't be turned into slabs for whatever reason. Which is why the floor looks a little bit weird from below, but it's not like anyone is ever gonna see it from below again. That's the beauty about building a base in a pocket dimension that is supposed to be viewed entirely from the inside. Oh, I have seen some things. I know about Bug Rock. It's a good thing I don't play Bug Rock. It's a good thing I always play Java. Good old reliable Java. Say I have a 30% of their coding. In that case, you know what? It deserves to fall apart. Yes. We play Java and we're proud. Again, the only, and I mean only downside to Java, literally only downside, no other downside exists, is that there is no cross-platform multiplayer. Other than that, Java is objectively superior. And honestly, I don't need cross-platform multiplayer anyway. Who needs it? Apparently there was a survey that asked if players preferred mods or crossplay, so Java or Bedrock. Mods. We can all agree, mods provide way, way, way more content than any of the official updates do. So yeah, even though I won't be able to update to newer versions of the game because of all the mods I'm playing with, let's face it, even without me updating to a newer version of the game, I'm still getting more content than I would if I did update. And plus, there is a mod that I have my eyes on. There is a mod in development that is just a backport of all future updates to older versions. And one of the versions that is on the list for backports is 1.19.2. So yes, I'm basically just waiting for that mod to be getting its 1.19.2 update, and then I will get the content from future Minecraft versions. I will get all the future content without having to update to those versions. It's just that simple. I just have to be patient and hope that that mod doesn't get, you know, cancelled before it releases. But yeah, once it updates, I'll probably add it very quickly. Once that mod becomes available for 1.19.2, it will most certainly be like within the next few mods that gets added to this wonderful pack. And then I'll have all the new stuff, like the Pale Gardens, and the Happy Ghast, and I think Trial Chambers are also a thing that I'm missing. Yeah, all of that stuff. But honestly, it's not like 1.19.2 is lacking in content either, after all. Terraria's adding crossplay for the next update. Terraria only has one game version, which isn't a buggy piece of shit like Bedrock. Well, right now it doesn't seem too hard for anything to be more stable than Minecraft Bedrock is. Ever removed Java, they won't be losing that much. They won't be losing that much money probably, but they'll absolutely wreck their reputation. Absolutely. I do know that most of their income comes from Bedrock, because they have the Minecraft marketplace and everything. And there's like no direct equivalent to that, I believe, in Java. Yeah, they have realms. Whee. Okay, let's make the thing. That's how many dimensional gems? God. Horror theme song? Yes. Horror Silk song? Ah, yes, the game that you sadly can't play for a while. Speaking of, how is your wrist doing right now? 34. 34 dimensional gems, which means 34 diamonds. Oh god, do I have enough dust? Oh yeah, I do have dimensional material. Good. What am I doing? This should be perfect. Yes. 36, not 34. I'm stupid. Yeah, that should be perfect. Then... I'm gonna need this stuff. Dimensional ingot. I only need one. One single dimensional ingot, huh? Which I have. Don't need to make that. What do I need for dust? Glowstone blocks. Fine by me. Are great, but I think Bedrock has over Java. Alright, glowstone. Here's the dust. I definitely made more than enough. Well, we'll have some stuff to spare, I guess. Okay. So now I just need four netherite. Oh, great, the playlist broke. That actually lasted quite a while right now, didn't it? Oh, great. No wonder it broke. One of the pages had a refresh. That is gonna mess it up. Luckily, it was one of the earlier ones. I'll only take a moment to fix that. There we go. And now it should be running again. Again, YouTube sucks ass, but we all know that. It's the same, I estimate, December 13th, 5-week mark from the original injury, so hopefully I'll be able to put this ordeal behind me then. Alright, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Oh, that's expensive. Ooh, that is expensive. Okay, but I have it. Okay, so now I need to grab my dimensional shifter, wherever the hell that is. I know I have made one already. I hope I have the achievement after all. Is it in my ender chest? No. Where could it be? I've made it such a long found it. And now I need to... There we go. Enhanced Dimensional Shifter. So it halves the cost and doubles the energy storage it has. Okay. Mega power! And there's our advancement for the day. Again, I needed to get at least one, so we did it. Travel has a small travel server, join player hosted service, blah blah blah. Lots of stuff essentially. Control support. You know, getting Java to have controller support is a thing you can do. You can just map the buttons on your controller to the game, and or there's probably a mod out there that's specifically for controller optimization. So whichever problem there is, mods do fix all the problems. Except for cross-platform play, I guess. Steam or Steam. Steam does it too. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what? Fill out my inventory. I can always just put the remainder back. 10 stacks of each, huh? That should be plenty. Maybe. I'm actually not sure. But it should be. Which is impossible in Java because I'm pretty sure Java code doesn't work on mobile and consoles. The only problem. Alright. Time to turn OSHA compliant. No! They didn't warn me about this! But you felt the process, which is curious. OSHA compliance fail. You'd think having a bigger, like, area of, you know, blocks I can stand on. Again, a blaze only has a 1x1 block area underneath its, well, not really feet, but you know what I mean. Whereas the cave spider has a 2x2, so technically we should cover more ground. But apparently we fell anyway, because the morphing shifted us over a little bit too much. They blame it on you that you fell. But in my defense, I was wearing a helmet. Okay. Once I'm done with the floor, we'll have to figure out the design for the ceiling. Ceiling should be simple. The ceiling should be simplistic as well, because again, it has to work with a bunch of different interior designs. If we can make it work with the floor, we can make it work with a ceiling. Oh, great. Guess what? The playlist broke. I hate YouTube. Why is YouTube making it so hard just to listen to music? Huh? Why is YouTube making it so intentionally annoying just to listen to music and nothing else? I just want to listen. But no. I mean, don't get me wrong, it works with small playlists, but the second your playlist starts being, like what, over 200 tracks, I think? Then it keeps breaking. Once the playlist reaches a size of over 200 tracks, it starts falling apart every few tracks. And the fact that this hasn't been fixed yet is absolutely annoying, because this issue has been around for a while at this point. And I'm already doing the best I can to counteract it by having, like, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 separate tabs open just to load all parts of the playlist. I have the playlist open in 8 tabs, each of them open to a different section of the playlist, so it should remain loaded at all times. And it's still not working all the time. Oh, YouTube. If only you weren't the only, like, proper video sharing platform out there that is actually used by basically everyone. I know there are alternatives, but compared to YouTube, nobody really uses those. So there aren't really many other options for video sharing. Like, for music sharing, I guess there are other options, technically. But most of those cost money by default. Alright. Oh yeah, you want to know something funny, by the way? Yesterday's stream, right? The one where I didn't have a playlist open, where I was just listening to in-game soundtracks, right? That one got VOD muted. Yes, yesterday's Minecraft stream that did not have a playlist playing in the background, that one was worthy of a VOD mute, apparently. Imagine that. Absolutely insane. Also, I can already tell you the playlist broke again on this track. Once this track is over, I'll have to reboot it again. Thanks, Hollow Knight, for absolutely destroying my playlist. Also, by the way, I haven't pointed this out before, but, can we talk about why that extra heart I have has the hardcore? Is a hardcore heart? Just in gray? Like, it has the markings, the little markings on it that you normally only have on hardcore mode. Just saying, it's a bit weird. Because unlike yesterday's stream, I'm certainly not playing in hardcore mode today. And also, yeah, in yesterday's stream, if it wasn't multiplayer, I absolutely would have died. I absolutely would have died and lost the hardcore world if it wasn't multiplayer. Again, that last second save that happened, that was a miracle. But I mean, it's partially my fault, considering after 6 hours of gameplay in that world, 6 hours of gameplay and not a single piece of armor equipped. At that point, I was basically inviting death. But, yeah, one thing I will say about that world is I was not entirely sure what to do with that world. I kind of partially intended to just keep... Damn it. To just keep playing that world on my own after the collab was over. But... I mean, since Catamans has asked if I was open to do more of it, I figured, you know what, I'll leave that world untouched and we will potentially come back to that at some point. If that is something you would even want to see. Again, it's a pretty chill and relaxing mod pack, let's face it. Not too much going on there, I say, even though I basically almost died. And honestly, who knows, maybe I'll add mine colonies to this mod pack at some point as well. Initially, I wanted to add that mod, like, no matter what. There was that one, I had a little bit of a phase where I was, like, super hyped about mine colonies and was like, yeah, that's gotta absolutely get added to my pack. At this point, I'm not entirely sure if I want to add it. I probably still will, but I'm not sure when. Because, you know, considering that I live in my pocket dimension over here, any colony I make would probably be very neglected. Like, let's face it, I'm not gonna found a colony in here. Like, that ain't happening. It's I mean, I could do it, but they couldn't really do much in here. Like, if I build a miner's hut, they can't mine anything in here. I mean, a forester's hut could work, because I can plant trees and everything, but what would a miner's hut accomplish in this pocket dimension? So I would absolutely have to make the colony in the overworld or at least some other dimension than my pocket. But again, considering I spend most of my time in here because this is my home base, that means any colony I make would most certainly be abandoned for a long time. Even so, I guess there is no harm in adding mine colonies either. There's no harm in it, but there's not really that many benefits to it either. Though I guess it would be a nice little break from time to time, right? Have a colony somewhere in the world, and every now and again I could come back to it. Thank you, Spinner. But considering I now have that hardcore mine colonies world going on, I don't see any rush to add mine colonies to this. Really wish the spider waifu could climb, because I'm pretty sure the regular spiders can do that, but not the waifu versions. Oh, well, I think the waifu versions can do it, but not when I turn into them. Like, it doesn't allow me to do it, just because I am one of them, which is annoying. Because, yeah, the identity mod... The identity mod does copy the health and size of all the creatures, along with, you know, how they look. But it doesn't carry over their abilities. For example, one big example was the Tropy, right? It's a bee, just with a slightly different look. But, because it's an identity from a mod, I can't fly, even though it is just a regular bee. The Tropy bee itself can fly. The bee can fly, and I can fly if I turn into a bee. But if I turn into a Tropy bee, then flight doesn't work for me. It is a bit weird. And I'm pretty sure... And what makes it extra weird is that I think the old, like, Morph mod... It was just called the Morph mod, I think. That one worked with modded creatures, I'm pretty sure. But for some reason, Identity doesn't work with modded creatures. In terms of copying their abilities like that. Which is so weird. And now you might be wondering, why do you have Identity then? Well, because Identity was the only one that was available for this version. Morph isn't on 1.19.2. Sadly, it was left behind and abandoned in an older version. Can't remember which one exactly. Ta-da. Ta-da. Come on. There we go. Ouch. Reminds me that Pilgrim will get an update sometime next year. Oh! Well, ain't that something? It's always nice when stuff updates. When games that you enjoy playing update. Happy to hear that. For you. Damn it. But yeah, on the topic from earlier, right, about mods getting left behind, there are a few other mods that I was, like, interested in adding, only to realize that they have also not gotten updated. Such as... you remember, I'm blanking on the name right now, but you remember that, I assume at least some of you have played it, that one mod where you can, like, make clones of yourself? And you can, like, inhabit the body of the clone and, like, switch location, as in switch bodies. I'm doing a horrible job at explaining it, but there were, like, these 2-block high pods. You would damage yourself a little bit, essentially, so it puts your DNA in it, and then you supply it with power, and it grows, like, a copy of yourself in there. And then you have, like, this pod with a copy of your player avatar, and if you... It would be another thing that would help you get around Dev in Hardcore, where if you died, you would automatically then inhabit that copy. Or you could enter a pod yourself and then switch into another random copy of yourself. Would obviously not carry your inventory over because it's a different body, but still. I thought it was a fun one. Also, Kathan, hi! Happy to see you again. How are you? How have you been? How have you been? How are things going? Welcome to our massive build project over here. Okay, so who is the real one? The real one actually died a long time ago. There we go. Takes it to upgrade. I see. I see, I see. Well, happy to know you found something to keep you busy. For me, that's kind of been... Last Defense Academy recently. Just... I can't get away from that game, and I'm really, like, limiting myself to only playing it once per week because of my stream schedule. But my god, I want to play it more. I'm just happy to finally be doing more Minecraft, because it's been forever since I played this. It's been way too long. A needed break from Minecraft. For you, it's the needed break. For me, it's right now the return from my break. Again, it's been like... I believe it's been almost... Maybe it even has been 2 months since I last played. Which is just insane to me. There we go. Really? Give me a moment, the playlist broke again. Oh no, come on. No, and I have to go down and grab that. Tell this rookie putting blocks on the wrong side. I am. And the playlist is running again. Well, let me grab that real quick. Ow. A mod in an SMP and the lore is that one player has only one life, but they keep their real body hidden away while walking around with copies. That would also be something. Like, have it be a thing of once you find and kill the real body, it's over, but you can have as many copies as you want. And make copies of copies of copies. Harry Potter. You know what? I think I know what you're talking about with the reference. There was that one scene where there were like just a bunch of Harry Potters. You know what? There we go. I like magic. Okay, so we're making good progress. Wait, not just good progress, are we actually done? No, we're not done. Obviously not. You know what? Let's remain OSHA compliant. Let's see if I can keep working without transforming myself anymore. We will remain OSHA compliant by wearing a helmet. But this will be annoying. Oh yeah, no. Oh, this sucks. Unless I can reach, which I can. And now I just fling myself up and down. See, I don't need to transform to fit through the doorways. I can just use magic. Yes, I don't fully remember, I see. Well, I'm happy you rediscovered what the spell was. To be fair, I'm still pretty happy with Greater Leap, as we've decided to call it. It's pretty great. Ah, a double whammy, I see. So fast they were teleport. Okay. So I assume one spell to actually apply the necessary buffs to yourself, and then the second spell that actually does the launching. Okay, that's this room done. It's just that easy, actually. Yeah, why did I transform just to fit through the doorway when I can just do this? Okay. At this point, it's getting embarrassing how many misclicks I have here. There we go. While I'm doing this, I should really start thinking about the ceiling. Again, all I know about how I'm gonna do the ceiling so far, all I have figured out in my head is that it's gonna be the typical ceiling design with like inverted stairs along the edge, and then inverted slabs to cover the rest of it. That is literally all I figured out. I have no idea what material it's gonna be, or if I want the edges to actually be a different material than the main part of the ceiling. Like, if the edges are supposed to be something else. Like, maybe the edges being an extension of the wall, and then the rest of the ceiling being the different material again. Kind of similar-ish to what it is in the hallways, actually. Zykerel, hello. Hello, hello, hello. And boom. Okay, 3 rooms left. What? My aim needs work, I know. You just got... Ooh. Oh god, very sorry to hear about that. Very, very sorry to hear about that. What do you think are your odds of being able to get it back? Like, should I remove your current account from the Discord server then, if it got hacked, just as a safety measure? I mean, you can always rejoin if you get it back, so... Might not be a dumb idea to actually remove it in that case. Just in case something odd happens and or the new holder of the account tries to hack any other accounts in the you know, in the server or stuff. Less of a hassle when I get it back. Fair enough. Everything okay? Yes. Okay, that was weird. Chat was just reconnecting, so I was getting worried that we disconnected or something. Guess not. Horrible aim! We are very close to finishing this. However, I think we are just barely gonna run out of materials, because I think these are our last 2 stacks that we're currently working through. And those are definitely not gonna be enough. Okay, let's see. Yep. That's it. We're out. This is the last bit that's missing, right? Oh no, okay, there is another room missing. There is still another room. But okay, we're almost done with the floor. You know what? Since I'm gonna go back down right now anyway, let's also try to grab some materials to figure out the ceiling. Okay. Let's grab like 3 stacks each should be more than enough. Almost done sprucing it up. Indeed. Okay, let's think. Sand. This is what we used for the walls. Let's grab a stack of that so we can turn it into... Actually, do we still have some of those stairs? Guess not. I could have sworn I put some of the materials we immediately used in a chest over here. For no good reason. Guess I was wrong. Never dealt with losing your account. I am but almost out of ideas. Honestly, I have no clue what you could do to get it back other than, you know, try to see if anyone can report the account or whatever. No clue in the slightest. Okay. Again, we need a ceiling that could work for basically any interior design. Something that's simple but looks nice. I was able to get an account back. Well, there you go. Best option, I guess, is contacting Discord. You know what? Maybe we'll go very generic. I use melt sandstone for that. What if... Because, yeah, what if we just use smooth sandstone? It's very simple, but there's really not much of a reason to change things up too much between the walls and ceiling. So maybe we'll just do that. I guess whatever works. Or this brick design here. I guess that's also a thing we could try out. Yeah, okay, I think we have two designs we can try out. Come on, just finish already. Alright. Okay, so what we do is we put this, actually, before we put it in. Boom. Now we put these in. Okay, so we grab this. Does it come in stair form? It does. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll grab a stack of the stairs. And I thought I made cut smooth sandstone slab. There we go. Is this mod Thaumcraft? I think it's ProjectE. Then let's see. All right, I wanted to also grab cut sandstone because I can turn that into a type of brick. Let's make some more. Stairs and slab designs. There we go. Slabs and stairs. Okay, now we have some things to try out. Let's figure out which one works best. And we can mix and match between the different designs as much as we want. Okay, so option 1. Oh, we gotta place them correctly. Also, I almost forgot OSHA compliance. Important stuff. Okay. Option 1. We do the edge with these. And you know what? In that case, I might as well... I could do it here, or I could go one higher then for that. I think that would almost work better. It does also provide more space if I go one block higher. Okay, so we have this. Simple but effective. Let's try out the alternatives. Let's get rid of these 3. Let's try going for this combo here. We use this new brick variant. Whoops. There we go. Makes the ceiling look, that makes the ceiling look very similar to the walls. Yeah, I don't know about that. I actually think I prefer the plain looking design. But I might use these for the edges. Yeah. Plain design it is. Whoops. Oh, come on. So that leaves the question about the edges. We could also use these for the edges, like keep it plain all the way. Also, I think we agree on making it like a full block higher, right? We could make the slab ceiling on this so it connects to that. I actually want to see if that works better. Also, I want to see how these would work. And what if I did these? And what if I did it one block lower? Like half a block lower. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Do not like these for the corners. Okay, between these and these, I think we prefer these ones, right? I think I'll go with this, so it's like a slight change of. So these ones gotta go. And then I still have to decide, even if I use these ones now, that much is confirmed basically. So I've confirmed I'm using these. Now I still have to decide whether or not to go for the 3 block high or the 2.5 block high design. And that's the decision I will make now. Yeah, we'll go for this. We'll have the extra space, and I think it looks better. Okay. Then let's finish up this room. If we can. And then we should have our first look at what an average room will look like without any interior. Just the room itself. So this would be a standard room, I guess. Doesn't look all that impressive right now, I think. But again, the interior will hopefully liven it up a bit more. It looks very roomy, I'll give it that much, yes. For now, let's finish up the remaining floors. I'll just do this real quick. There we go. Almost done. I definitely grabbed more materials than I needed this time. But again, I can just put them back into my transmutation table. Okay. Progress. The current track is... well, it was a Limbus Company track, and it just switched out. Damn it. There. Okay, I'm out of those. Eh. 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 Okay, yeah, that still works in terms of space. And you have your little stage. Yeah, this will definitely be the Miku room. That way I can make this work somehow. Any more ideas as to what I could put behind the counter here? Like behind the reception area? Like, there needs to be at least something back here. Maybe like a little table, put something on there. I'll think about something. One waifu in it? I mean, I don't think I need to use a waifu for that. I need to use a minecart for that. I can just put a waifu there and that's that. Okay, put all of this back. So, we have decided on these stairs and smooth slabs. Okay. And in this room, I'll definitely have to put something in the corner here. But don't worry, I'll come up with something. Okay, I definitely... You know what? Depending on how our pace is gonna be with the ceilings here, we might actually be able to start furnishing rooms today. Or at the very latest, tomorrow. The problem is, that really requires me to get my creative juices into top condition, because, yeah, it's one thing to build, like, rooms that are supposed to be simple, and just build the same room over and over again, but when it comes to actually making individual interior designs for each of these rooms, that's where things will get a lot harder. But that is for future me to figure out. Future me in either one day or in like maybe an hour. Like a metaphor? You do that. Provide neon at me next time? Fair enough. Want me to share something that I kind of was thinking about? Actually, no. I think I'll keep that something in a secret. I had an idea before I started today's stream, but I think I'll keep that idea secret until it's actually time. Because I would hate to put it out there and then make you wait forever for said idea to come to fruition. There we go. It's a little bit sad, because I currently still think the reception area is the nicest spot of the hotel. And that is just an area that you're supposed to pass through, and that's it. Again though, maybe eventually I'll make a room that I am super happy with. And I think the first room I'll actually start making is gonna be the Miku room. Reasons for that? Mainly because I already kind of have a general idea of the layout and how I want to have, like, the stage in there. Actually, that is one of the reasons. Like, one of the reasons is, yeah, I have a general idea of what the layout could be. The other reason is because that is currently still the only, that is going to be the only room with a hole in the floor until I actually finish building the stage setup and everything. And I do kind of want to close up any holes. So yeah, the Miku room will be the first one we build. And then next on the agenda, I'm not sure. Probably I should do the one right next to the Miku room. Because there's one room that comes before the Miku room. I should probably do that one. And then after that, I think after that, I'll do the Dokis. Like, okay, each corridor has 6 rooms, right? Miku will take up one of the rooms. Then there's one room that's kind of gonna be alone, right next to Miku's room, between Miku's room and the hallway. And I think that room shouldn't be one of the Dokis, because all the Dokis should be kind of next to each other. So, yeah, all the Dokis will then be the remaining 4 rooms. So I think, don't know who's gonna be in here yet. Miku, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Dokis. Probably Monika on the opposite side of all the Dokis. And then here we'll have Sayori, Yuri, and Natsuki. Current thoughts on how that's gonna go. Now, who's gonna be the mystery neighbor that the Dokis and Hatsune Miku are gonna have? Not sure yet. Also, I think it's interesting how Natsuki will be living straight across from Hatsune Miku. Just extra funny because, you know, in the most recent episode of Club Meetings, Natsuki was talking about Hatsune Miku. So... and now she gets to live straight across from her. Insane. That's basically been decided now. Yeah, Natsuki will be the one living straight across from Miku then. Which means Yuri will be the one closest to the hallway. I definitely want Sayori to be living straight across from Monika, though. And Monika to be on the opposite side of everyone. I think it makes the most sense for... again, if I had to pick one of the Dokis to live on the opposite side of the hallway, it would have to be Monika. That much is just a given. And then just having Sayori straight across from her just comes naturally. Now, one benefit to the Doki's room designs is going to be that, obviously, one big element that all of them are going to have in common is they're all going to have bookshelves in their rooms. Because it's the literature club. Obviously, they all need a good supply of books. And then, from there, I can vary things a little bit more. Misty, hello. Also playing Minecraft? Happy to hear, happy to hear. Happy to see a returning face. How's it going? How have you been? Slow and steady progress over here. Good, happy to hear. Okay, oh, you're Cheap Pickle okay, I was gonna say. Cheap Pickle Fan, that's a username I remember. I do recall. But that, yeah, you're right, it has been a while since I've seen that name pop up. Account name change, huh? come on. There we go. And out of materials. Okay, then let's start filling in the ceiling. So if I just make like one beam across in the middle, like that, I can make it easier for me to fill it all in. Cubecraft. Okay. Different mod pack, I assume? Can't say I've played it, so I'm not familiar. This is crazy. I mean, hey, it's not that crazy. We only have 79 mods currently, which is really not that much, all things considered. Ah, it's a server, okay. Playing with friends, or just like you on the server with no people you know? Online friends, IRL friends, or just random strangers? It's not necessarily always a bad thing playing with random strangers. Sometimes random strangers can become friends. Then again, I don't know exactly what kind of server it is. It might just be a PvP server, a minigame server, just like a survival server. I have no idea. Can't say I've played on Cubecraft, you know. Yeah, I am still playing this Minecraft world. It's just a little bit of a shame that our all friends happy to hear. That does make things a little bit nicer when you know the people you're playing with, or at least some of the people you're playing with. But yeah, I have to admit about this world, it's been like over a month or two at this point. So I had like a little bit of a break from the world. But I am definitely very happy to be back. Because I did kind of miss the world, definitely. Even though some build projects might end up being a little monotonous, in the end, I'm still enjoying it a lot. Go. And hey, I think the hotel project is coming along quite nicely. I mean, all things considered, we are almost done with, like, the first batch of rooms. But then again, we still have to do all the interior design, have to get some more plants in the hallways, stuff like that. But yeah, just the structure itself of the rooms is almost done. I think before I even think about starting the second batch of rooms, again, first we have to worry about the interior design and everything, and once all of the rooms have interior design done, yeah, this is still my base in the pocket dimension, indeed. But yeah, once all the interior designs are done, and all these rooms are occupied, I think before I think about adding the next batch of rooms, I will work on the restaurant area that I wanted to make. Which will be over there on the other side of the reception area. And if the restaurant turns out as big as I'm thinking, then that'll be another massive project. Alright, see you in a bit. I'll also have to consider how I'm gonna build the entire room. Because I want the layout of it to be like a big ol' half circle, essentially. I want the restaurant area to be in a dome. And building a dome is gonna be tough, because, again, anything circular is a little bit annoying to build in Minecraft. So I'm definitely gonna have to pull out all the stops when it comes to that. And again, maybe building a circle is somewhat manageable, but a full-on dome? Like, that's a circle on a circle. That ain't gonna be an easy task for me. I will admit it is kind of annoying that I can place blocks below other blocks now. I can understand how it can be helpful, but for me right now, during this whole project, it's just a nuisance. Alright, welcome back. I was just complaining about a few things while you were gone. Like the fact that one of my mods allows me to place blocks underneath other blocks, like right here. If I right-click now, it'll place the slab below this one, which is not what I want. It just opens up a whole new territory of misclicks. As if I don't already have enough misclicks while building. But yeah, other than that, I was also worried about the restaurant because, again, the restaurant is gonna be, like, contained in a dome. And, like, a proper, like, half sphere. And building a sphere in Minecraft is a challenge. So I'm still thinking about how I'm gonna manage pulling that one off. Hey, let's have another look. Yeah, okay, that's half of them done. Okay, sand. I did notice I'm still missing a few wall segments. Let's see if like 2 of these stacks will be enough. And I'm gonna need some more of the stairs again. I feel like this should be plenty. And the rest needs to be smooth sandstone slabs. Also, hi Blake. How is it going? Jump! OG chest room, but way bigger. My storage area is a little bit bigger than necessary at this point, considering I'm using the Transmutation Table for most of my storage needs. Hold history. I see. I see your pun. But yeah, it is kind of the beginning. Again, the first series I did on the channel, way back when I started, was Hardcore Minecraft, and I never got too far. But I mean, hey, yesterday I did do a new hardcore world, actually. Yesterday I was actually playing in a new hardcore world for a while. If you can believe it. I played for 6 hours. 6 hours of hardcore multiplayer. Because I popped someone's collab cherry. How many times have I died in this world? Probably plenty of times, partially because chat killed me on a few occasions. I'll have to check the statistics. Give me a moment and I'll check. You know what? Once I've done all these stairs, I'll check the statistics. I know there's a statistics tab. I am very much so certain there is a statistics tab I can check. Okay, where are they? Statistics. Okay, is it alphabetical? Damage taken. That's a lot of damage taken. Where are deaths? Interactions, mob kills. Number of deaths. Oh. Well, ain't that something? Well, at least that's more deaths than streams. That's 10 more deaths than I had streams. Wow. That is actually embarrassing. Again, though, I feel like a big number of those deaths are due to chat. I feel like a big number of those are because of chat. Mining and crafting, yeah, it is a bit much. And honestly, you know what? I never claimed to be the best Minecrafter out there. Far from it. These misclicks are kind of annoying. There we go. Let's find... There we... How did that place it like this? Seriously. There's no way. Okay. Hello? Place? Okay, now it's just acting very weird. Okay, now it wants to place it again. I guess my right click wasn't registering. Very strange. I hate it, it's just not registering my right click sometimes. And these were the walls that weren't finished. Let's change that real quick. And yeah, it seems one stack would have been enough. But I grabbed 2 stacks just to be safe. Better safe than sorry. I'd rather have too much than end up not having the walls finished after all this. Oh, Blake has been around for a while. Usually, it's not easy to know how... it's not easy to recognize Blake sometimes because, you know, change of username has been very frequent. But you can... Can you do follow age real quick just to once again confirm how long you've been here? Because you've definitely been around for years. Okay, that's looking good. Okay. Done with those. Again, grabbed way more than necessary. But better safe than sorry. The only problem is I don't know if I have enough slabs on me. I hope I do, but I can't say for certain. Because I was playing it safe with the other resources, and I just filled my inventory up with slabs, like whatever was left. But I do think we have plenty. I do think we can finish off the exterior. I say exterior as if my base has any exterior. The beauty of having a pocket dimension base, I don't have to worry about an exterior design. Like, anyone who looks at my base from the outside, like, it's grotesque. Anyone would agree that the base's quote-unquote exterior design is just horrible. But it's not supposed to have any exterior design, because I live inside the base, and because it's in a pocket dimension, nobody will see it from the outside ever. That is the beauty of it. Whoa! I definitely almost fell there. If it weren't for the speed boost, I definitely would have fallen. Ah, that sadly isn't a thing. Sadly, the only thing the music command does is show the playlist that was provided for me. I apologize, but there's no way to queue up stuff. Okay, the good news is I am gonna be finished with the structure of the rooms. I am gonna be able to take care of all of this today in the stream very easily. Things we still need to do though, and things that I definitely also will do this stream. Hallway. The hallways still need a few extra things to liven them up. Which is mainly going to be like the extra plants and the seating areas at the end of the hallways. I need to install the doors to the rooms. And I need to bring in the plants. So plants, paintings, seating area, stores. All of that I will also do today. Assuming I have enough plants. But I should have some stuff in storage for a decent plant variety. Okay, yeah, and I definitely have enough slabs on me. Get in there. Whew. Good progress. Okay, is it just me or has this track like replayed for the 5th time already today? 5th time! And this is a playlist with over 1,000 tracks. What is question of the day? Question of the day is question of the day. It is just a random, like, question. It's a chat interactivity thing. There it is. Six, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? There. Just grab a stack and I'll take the rest back. Okay. Painting, let's also grab a stack. And then oak signs, oak stairs, oak pressure plate, oak fence. Then I need carpet. I think we used cyan, so I think I'll keep up with the cyan. Yeah, fair. I mean, multiplayer doesn't hurt, it's extra entertainment, definitely. Okay, so here's the dealio for the seating areas. Well, first let's take care of the doors. Why is this one flipped? Yeah, handle on the right, handle on the right, handle on the right. There, handle on the right, handle on the right. Doors are gonna be my new enemy. Sign, sign. Put it on top. Wait. No. There. Okay. That's the doors and the seating areas done. So up next I need plants. Let's see what we can do in terms of plant life. Ba-da-bum. Okay. First, I think we should look for plants that can't be EMC converted, which I think we have around here somewhere. Ah. Flower patch, clover patch, and this. Okay, I already have all of that though. Yeah, all of those are already up there. Huh. What is 404? It says in the description what it is. Whoa. Oh, you can right-click signs to change the text on them. Huh. It says it in the description. It's just 404 word not found. Because it is just not found. There is nothing. It's a point waster. Okay, let's see if I can just find some flowers in here. Some greenery. Tall lavender, sure, I can use that. Sure. Absolutely blue rosebush. Lilacs I can use. Do sunflowers not yes, they do. Okay. Okay, I have a big variety of flowers to choose from here. I think I already have one of these bushes up there, but I'll take one with me just in case. Focus. Okay, that's a big variety of stuff. Okay, let's see what I can do. Jump. Okay, it's the same track again. You got it. Okay, no, you know what? Screw it, I'm exiting out of that track now. I'm just gonna jump into the playlist at a different spot. Oh great, one of the pages had to refresh again, which means the playlist is extra broken. It's the one around 700. Again, why do YouTube playlists not work properly? Why are YouTube playlists inherently broken once they become decently sizable? I just don't understand. I don't know. I haven't run into that problem before, but one of the tabs, when I clicked into it, it reloaded and was back at 1. Let's see. Yeah, okay, that is different from what I planted there. Okay, then let's take these and put them all the way back here, maybe. This works well here. That's very nice. Allium. Can go here. The roses can go there. Daffodils here, sure. There. Daffodil. Actually, just out of principle, because I know this is gonna be the area where Miku is and everything, I'll place the daffodils over here. Still going to make the restaurant? Probably not today. But it is still gonna be a thing that's gonna happen. Absolutely. Lavender. There we go. Okay. Okay, these side hallways I think are starting to look good. The main hallway still feels a bit bland. This is still something that I have to somehow spice up a bit. Is there some kind of trap door that would look good against the wall? Or I could alternatively work with panels. Maybe some kind of pattern in the wall. Just so it's not as bland. Also, should I do one more flower pot in each area? Because I think it's always across from the door, right? It's always across from the door in the direction of the handle. But then again, that would also mean that I would have to put another one back here, technically speaking. But I do think it wouldn't hurt to have one more. Like watching? Oh, nice. Very nice. Always happy to see some new people around. Bah, I can hardly even talk. What do I need? That's dark oak trapdoors. Okay, let's grab some more so I can have like a few extra flower pots. And then, ouch. And then a few more flower pots and right, panels. I wanted to experiment on the walls. Okay. can't use that, I just remembered. I need dark oak trapdoors. There we go. And I need specifically alpha grass. Or origin grass, whatever it's called. There, origin grass. Then I wanted to grab panels, right, to experiment with that a little bit. What else can I make from the architect's cutter? Let's just grab some of the sand again. Sand bricks. Architect's cutter. And we're going back upstairs. I'll figure something out. I'll figure out how to make that look as nice as I can. But first things first, we get more flowers. So that would mean here. Bagelman, hello, hello. I assume you're Misty's friend that I was informed about? Welcome to the stream. Happy to have ya. How's it going? And there we go. It's an evening. I'm doing quite well, I think. Can't complain. Definitely cannot complain. And I'll put these ones here. And thank you for the follow. It's appreciated. Okay, yeah, I think the extra flower pot definitely doesn't hurt. I do think that might actually be good to have this extra one. Okay, now about the walls. Panels. Let's see if I make the walls a little bit thicker by using panels here. I mean, I guess that does help a little bit. And then maybe I'll have the occasional painting. You know what? I think I'll go for that. I think that does help a little bit to make the hallway here less bland. Obviously, I'm gonna have to go back down to grab more paintings, but that is fine. Okay. I can work with this. Now, obviously, I can't do the panels along here, because that would interfere with the flower pots. So let's grab paintings again. Also, right, I should start working on the rooms. Specifically, I said I would start on this one. Also, I should probably add signs next to the doors, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should probably add signs next to the doors as well. Have I played? I have actually not played Ultra Kill, no. Right, this is the room I wanted to work on first and foremost. I'm gonna have to cover this wall up, probably using paneling. This right here is gonna get pulled out a little bit up to here. So this is not visible, and this will be like a stage, essentially, in the room. Turning this room essentially into a mini concert venue, because this is gonna be Hatsune Miku's room, I've decided. So, wait, I wanted to check which block is this. This is cut maze stone, okay. So I'm gonna need cut maze stone. Let's see. Maystone mosaic, Maystone border. How do we make maze? Cut maze stone. Oh, I can just make it at the stone cutter. I've heard good things about Ultra Kill, by the way, definitely. I know it's a really good game. Not entirely sure if it's really up my alley, but if you say it's good and I should try it, maybe I should. Let me grab some black wool here. And before I do anything else, I want to try something real quick about these panels. Can I? No. I need to try it out. Okay, so I can't connect them around a corner. But that's fine. I'll just have to make it work another way then. Which I totally can. Okay, I'll convert a bunch of this into panels. There we go. I do think I'm mainly a builder. Mainly, yes. Though that definitely doesn't mean I'm particularly good at what I do. Okay, let me grab a stack. Also a stack of these. Right, I need some stairs leading up there. Might as well use spruce, since it's consistent. Okay. I also need to make a detour to the stone cutter. That's the architect's cutter. Stone cutter. cut maze stone. There we go. You and this will try cool. Wait, 2 to 3 months? Really? Okay. I mean, again, I've heard good things, so I can only assume it's as good as people say. I forgot to grab paintings. You know what? It's fine. I'll have to run up and down a few more times anyway. At least I remembered everything for here. So we'll have the stairs going up like that. And we extend this outwards. Oh, come on. Lined up. There we go. Played Clover Pit yet? I am also not familiar with that. A gambling game? Ooh, boy. Gambling. Ain't that something? Trying to figure stuff out at one moment. I definitely can't say I'm familiar with that one at all. Haven't really heard anything about that either. Balatro, about slot machines, I see. Balatro I'm at least somewhat familiar with. Not like I've played that either, but still. Really wish I could make vertical slabs using this. That would be fantastic. There we go. Like Doki Doki, you would enjoy Simulacra if you haven't. I haven't heard of Simulacra, no, but I do like Doki Doki, so. Alright. It's not Ultra Kill, it's Limbus Company. There we go. Panel. Nope, not trapdoor. Panel. Set that up in some way. There we go. Just for the time being, so I can place the panels. Oh. This will be like the backstage area, which will be where the bed is. Okay, the premise of the game is that you found someone's cell phone and you're going through it to find out what happened to them. You find stuff along the way. To say more would be spoilers. I see. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Good spooky game. I like good spooky games. Bed on the stage and you can... It's nice. That's not healthy. That'll be in the backstage area. That's just gonna be here in the backstage area. Okay, now I do this. Can close it for performances, open normally. Still need to raise this up one. Actually, hang on. No, I can't use upside down carpets. That would be perfect. Screenplay. Each one of the endings I admit didn't 100% it. Imagine not 100%ing a game. Imagine. I mean, that's about as good as I'm gonna get it, probably. I'm not great when it comes to stage design. Should the ceiling be covered? It's gonna be hard, though. Instead of these, would it be better if I covered the ceiling? Yeah, I do genuinely think it would be better if I covered the ceiling as well. Okay, I need you again, Architect's Cutter. But now I can't cover these. Would it be better if I flipped them? Actually, no, never mind. Wait, that was wrong. Ouch. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Teto's room? Another stage? Teto isn't even in yet, so I can't make a room for her even if I wanted to. I mean, I could, but it would remain empty. You know what? I'm gonna cheat a little for this room. I am just gonna cheat a little. We're just gonna say that this is all covered in wool. In reality, it's actually replaced. The only way I can make this work. Oh god, that's horrible. But of course it's horrible, I picked the wrong one. Duh. 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 Yeah. Huh? Why do you do that? I can't have that go straight. I'm not placing it wrong. Look, it's correct. But if I place this going straight, which it's supposed to be, then this bends over. Well, that's really annoying, actually. It's fine. We can make do with this. But then for symmetry's sake, this one also needs to bend over. I think these need to be stairs. I think these need to be stairs. Just so it covers up everything. Okay, yeah, no, this works. No. Okay, then I'll use this. And I'll just put the bed back there. Okay. I need to cover up this wall. I think I'll just use panels of the sand bricks. Okay. We need a bed. We need sand bricks for panels. What else? We can do this. We can do this. Okay. But this will basically be the last thing I do today. Okay. Sand. Because I do realize, I just looked at the time and realized we're already over 3 hours. I didn't even realize time had passed so much. Let's see. Painting, there it is. That, and I wanted something else. Right, the seating arrangement. Carpet, bed. Ah, there it is. Actually, hang on, I also need fences and pressure plates. Do I not have? Oh, there. I am definitely blind. There we go. Okay, this should be plenty. Stone can go in here. Grass goes in there. Okay. Let's finish off Miku's room. And get some paintings in the hallways. Please, not the same one as in the reception hall. There we go. But move it over a bit. Also, if I go... Ah, okay, I need to go here. Aren't there any more big paintings than these two? It's kind of boring to just have them repeat like this. But I guess that is still better than nothing. For now, I'll work with this. Oh, it needs to be 3 away, that was correct. For now, I'll work with this. I'll come up with something better later. Okay, Architect's Cutter, let's get to work once more. And cover up this wall over here. And nobody will ever know. There we go. Now Miku gets a bed in her backstage area. Time flies, it really does. It really, really does. Okay, for now I think this is... it works. Like, there's the stage, and then you go back here, and there's a bed, and that's basically it. That's all there is to Miku's room. A stage, a little seating area, and the backstage bed. Okay. What will we do next time? Next time we will keep working on the rooms. Probably work on the rooms for the Dokis. And, what else? Right, the achievement that we'll get next time will likely be, somewhere in here. Blech. We got that achievement! Club President. And asking for a friend. You gotta ask Miku personally. Considering I'm gonna romance her and get the waifu achievement and everything, I assume she'll give me the backstage pass for free. Store my levels. Really, when you look at this structure on the map, it is just so... It is weird to see. Again, because you're only ever supposed to see the space from the inside. That is what a pocket dimension is all about. Also, you would never know that this gray little structure that is like... right here, this gray box. You would never believe that this is like 1,000 times higher than everything around it. Alright. You know what? Before I wrap things up for the day... Whoops. I am gonna quickly do something for next time, just to have some of the preparations done and not have to deal with it next time. And you can consider it a preview as well if you want, although everybody already knows, or at least the people who are active in the community already know. Today's mod was Young's Better Ocean Monuments, which we haven't really seen. And I will write down the one for tomorrow. Which should be... friends and foes. I believe it's just written like that, right? Let me double check. If that is just the mod name, but I think that is the mod name. Ah, it's with an ampersand. I see, it's with an ampersand. Got it. And apparently without spaces as well. With an ampersand and without spaces. Weird. I just looked it up and it's on the page, it's without spaces. So you know what? If it's without spaces, then so be it. That'll be tomorrow's mod. As per chat vote. And that means after tomorrow's stream, we will have to start the next vote already. So that's happening. Yep. I am in fact streaming again tomorrow with this mod pack. That is the plan. That is Minecraft 3 days in a row, but yesterday was a different world. That was the hardcore stuff. What time does stream start tomorrow? It would be 11 PM Central European time. If you're not sure what time that is for you, then you can check my schedule tab. Like, if you look at the schedule tab on Twitch, it'll tell you when the stream starts in your time. I actually use the schedule tab to make sure everyone is aware of when my streams go up. But yeah, it should tell you, it should say on there specifically in your time when the stream starts. Because I'm not gonna do the math for every single time zone. But yeah, that's our progress on the Waifu Hotel. Lobby area, pretty nice, pretty chill. 5 PM. Ah, okay, 5 to 8. Got it. Lobby area, then you go into the hall, you have all your greenery to the sides with the seating areas, and then if you just look into a room randomly, you might find Hatsune Miku's room, for example. Still not sure who will be in the first room over here. Also, I still want to add signs, like next to the doors. Yeah, I think I should definitely add signs. Restaurant tomorrow? I don't think so. I think tomorrow will just be individual room designs and maybe some other stuff. As much as I want to start work on the restaurant, I am kind of dreading that build project because, again, building a dome is hard. Building a perfect dome is hard, and I know how... I'm scared of starting that project, I have to admit. But yeah, if things go well, hopefully it won't take too long. But yeah, I should probably put signs here. So the signs will probably be room number in the first line and then name of resident in the second line. I think it's just gonna be that simple. So this corridor would then be rooms 1 through 6, 7 through 12, 13 through 18, and then 19 through 24. So we have 24 rooms currently. The next question is, should I make it so it's odd numbers, even numbers? Probably. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Update, not recently, no. Recently, not really. It's been a while. Though, I guess some updates have happened, like some, a while, but that was also a while ago, the eyebrow improvements. So that properly works. Other than that, I don't think much has changed, really. All of my waifus will get their small little hotel rooms, meanwhile my room... Oh yeah, no, this is fine. This is definitely fine. This is living. Living the life, I mean, there's gonna be so many of them, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to make room for all of them. Again, let me just check. So that's 10, 20, 30. That's 31 in totems. Plus 14. Plus 29. So that's 60 different waifus. That's 60 waifus. I don't have the rooms for all of them currently. I don't currently have room for all of them. I have 24 rooms for 30 people. I will have to make another batch of rooms at some point. I definitely will have to expand the hotel at some point. For now, I just want to get all of that stuff done. Pick your favorites. I mean, that's definitely going to be a big part of the decision process. Again, Miku's room is already done. The Doki's will also be done. I just have to figure out who I'll place next to Miku. That I'm still not sure about. And then that's gonna be, ooh. Then I'll have to think again as well. I don't know, maybe Nezuko? Who should be next to Miku and the Dokis? I don't know. Maybe Marin. You know what? Maybe Marin. Marin Kitagawa would probably work well. Yeah, she'll be there. She'll be there. She'll be in room number 1. I have decided. By the way, can I just say I'm still kind of happy how this turned out to look kind of natural, despite obviously how flat the ceiling and everything is. This company. Huge volley, bruh. You know what? Another thing that I'll do. Marin Best Girl. I mean, it's fair that she, for her to be in room number 1. I think nobody will complain about Marin Kitagawa being in room number 1. Miku then in room, Miku will then be in room 3. And the Dokis will take up the remaining rooms over there. The mining room. Rather from the OG times. Yeah, that room has been around forever. It was one of the earlier ones. I believe the farm... I'm not as early as the farm, but the farm has expanded a lot since then. Honestly, I kind of can't wait to add Create. Because having Create means I can completely automate a lot of stuff. And anything I can automate means infinite materials of any kind, essentially. Like, once I have Create, I'll have to just pick some kind of material that is good to farm, and I can convert that into EMC and get basically any other material I could ever want. Which is insane to think about. All of the mods that you have? I mean, I could. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. Due to popular demand... Whoops, that was not supposed to happen. Due to popular demand, by which I mean basically just Neon asking me for it, Neon has asked over and over again if I could make the mod pack available for everyone. So, after tomorrow's stream, I will most likely... If I can, I'll publish it on CurseForge, which is where I'm playing this mod pack from. If I can, I'll make it public on CurseForge. If not, I'll just put the mods folder in a drive and update that every single time I, you know, add another mod. Those are essentially the two options. Oh, that's the thing, actually. Okay. I guess I might as well say it now. You can add that yourself, that is true. Spinner, I might as well bring up what I was about to say earlier before I decide maybe I'll keep it a surprise. I've been thinking of eventually adding essentials, and then for stream number 100, inviting people to join the world. I'm just saying, it could be... 100 needs to be a big milestone, and I'm just saying, inviting other people to join, as long as they behave themselves. Of course, again, there would be some basic rules, essentially being no player killing unless there was consent for PvP, no griefing, and... like, those two rules are essential, and of course just behaving yourself in general. And then there will be the thing of not crafting the pocket dimension thingy, because the pocket dimension is inherently glitched out, which is why I was able to make my base this big. So, yes. Don't craft more of those on account of potentially breaking everything. I was already very concerned on whether or not I should even make another pocket dimension at any point, so I definitely think that will also be forbidden. But other than that, it'll just be a chill multiplayer experience. And yeah, I will definitely make another backup before I do that as well, obviously. But yeah, anyone who's willing to behave themselves and play by these simple rules will be welcomed in. Alright, I'm gonna get into position for my AFK stuff. There we are. Grab a fishing rod. Get into position. Perfect. Now, I will AFK here in between this stream and tomorrow's stream, as I so often do. But that will all happen off stream. But yeah, I make, it is a pretty old AFK farm, but it is one of those farms where you don't have to do anything. I can just put some kind of weight on my right click and then leave. I only do stuff off stream that's 100% AFKable. I've said it before. You will never catch me being like, I did some off-cam mining. We don't do that here. This stuff I will. This stuff I will do. And once we have create automation for anything, then you can guess I'm just gonna stand there and let stuff run for a while to collect EMC and all that. But yeah, that's the thingy. Alright, so I believe that is about as far as we'll go for the day. Again, you already know chat's choice of mod will be added next time, which was Friends and Foes. In addition, after tomorrow's stream, for one, I'll look into making the mod pack publicly available. Secondly, the vote for the next chat's choice mod will begin tomorrow as well, after that stream. I'll have to double check again to see what mods were recommended and stuff. And then I'll bring up the poll. And by the time we reach stream number 85, exactly once stream 85 concludes, the poll will close. And once the poll is closed, the choice is set and will be added for stream 90. That is always how we do it. The poll will be open after tomorrow's stream on the Discord. That is how we usually do stuff. The Discord is also where people Discord is also where people can suggest what mods they want me to add. Just waiting for people. I'm going to add create. I wanted to add it soon. I'm actually thinking of adding create for stream 81. I'm actually thinking of just doing it then and there. Because I've had create in like my back pocket for so long and I've just been meaning to add it. It's just about time I do it, you know? So probably 81. If I don't change my mind and end up adding just another one of Young's mods, which I still have like one or two of Young's mods in my back pocket as well, just waiting to add those. All right. Now I'm gonna exit out of everything. There we go. So, we're wrapping things up here for the day. We are gonna go ahead and raid someone though. Let's see who that someone's gonna be. You know what? Should we raid Chthon just because he was here earlier? Charizard is also an option. But part of me is thinking Chthon just because Chthon actually decided to swing by in the stream as well. I always like to raid people who also swing by. Just feels like mutually agreeing to support each other. Arc Raiders, which again is a game I'm not too familiar with personally. But I mean, might as well look into it a little bit. But by the looks of it, it doesn't seem like one of the games that would be entirely up my alley, just judging by what I'm seeing. Well, let's just send the raid out. Maybe I'm gonna be proven wrong and it's actually gonna be something that's entirely up my alley. And again, remember, tomorrow I will keep playing, and we will probably do a lot of room stuff and things. Maybe some other things, but I think the achievement we'll get for tomorrow will probably be the Miku achievement. Ow. Hi, Dev. You arrived just at the end. Perfect timing. But yeah, we'll probably get the Miku achievement tomorrow. So yeah, look forward to that. Alright. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you had fun today, and I will hopefully see some of you around tomorrow as well. Till then, have a good one and goodbye. And if you're watching this after it's been uploaded to YouTube as a VOD, then your support has also been greatly appreciated. And hey, if you do want to catch me live in the future, I stream live on Twitch every single Friday and Saturday, and sometimes other days of the week too on a more regular basis. You can find a link to my Twitch in the video description. So feel free to swing by if you are so inclined. There's of course no pressure to do so. It is just an option that you have in case you want to see me continue this Minecraft series, which will definitely still be going on for quite a while. In fact, this Minecraft series will probably keep going for the throughout the channel's future permanently. In any event, thank you as well for joining, and maybe I'll see you around in the future. Till then, have a good one, and goodbye.